I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Council of the Village of Chase, held here in the council chambers at the village office, 826 Okanagan Avenue, and via Zoom, November 12th, 2025 at 4 p.m. Need a motion to adopt the agenda. Councillor Herman, Councillor Torbon. All in favor? I forgot to mention Councillor Stevens said he's not available today. Number 3, adoption of today's minutes. Councillor Herman, Councillor Connaught. All in favor? That's carried. No public hearings. Number 5, public input on current agenda items. Peter, you got anything to say?
No.
Okay. Oh, is there anybody on Zoom that wishes to speak at this time on any municipal matter?
On this agenda?
Yes, on this agenda, thank you.
Nope,
None?
all muted.
Okay, we'll then go to 6 delegations, there's none. Reports, mayor and council reports, staff reports, anybody on council have any questions on any of them?
No.
Councillor Connaught?
I'd just like to say thank you for pulling up them trees on Shuswap Avenue across from the CPR. Public Works. And we're just waiting for the rock to be moved. I don't know if it's being removed.
Councillor Torbon, did you have something?
No, I'll just move to accept the reports.
Okay, seconded by Councillor Connaught. All in favor? That's carried. Number 8, unfinished business. Yeah,
Wait, that's all right.
you have to mention,
Oh, shit, I forgot my glasses.
does she have to mention why she's leaving?
I'm going to recuse myself
Yeah.
for the vote on this
Yeah.
one. Okay.
I have some readers.
No, I can,
Okay, that's absence.
Oh, I was just reminded I have a council meeting today.
Okay, Councillor Herman has left. So we have 8 unfinished business development variance permit. Number 2, 2025, 814 Hyssop Road. Director of Corporations, do you have anything else to add to your nice report there?
Mr. Mayor, I don't have anything to add. I guess since the recommendation from staff is a bit of a departure from our regular recommendation, which is to approve a permit. This one is a little bit different. The ask seems to be a lot, and by the ask being a lot, it doesn't really represent a minor variance. So I put that in my report, and also this variance could potentially create sort of a unreasonable impact on the adjacent property to the one side where the variance is being requested. The permit could undermine, well, it does undermine the intent of the zoning bylaw, could compromise fire safety, will impact snow melt drainage, and could set an unacceptable precedent for future applications. It will also add, I have unconfirmed information, the house was built in 1977. However, the Village of Chase has had a zoning bylaw in place since 1972. Bylaw 67 was adopted in 1972, and it was replaced in 1983 by an updated zoning bylaw. But even in 1972, there was a 10-foot setback on the side parcel line. So eventually that did get reduced to 5 feet from 10 feet. But nevertheless, this house has no record of any building permits. And even by the bylaw in place at that time that the house was supposedly built, it was in contravention of the zoning bylaw. So, thank you.
Okay, what does council wish to do with this one? Councillor Torbon?
I'll move that the development variance permit number 2, 2025 be denied.
You have a seconder? No, I'll second it. Discussion.
Well, in my view, I was looking at the diagram and everything, and like there, if you gotta look at it this way, this variance permit allows the deck to go right to the property line. So that means if there's snow on the deck and they shovel the snow off, they're gonna have to shovel it into the neighbor's property. That kind of stuff. And what's the point in having like the bylaw says, what's the point in having that bylaw there if we're not going to abide by it? Like if you had a little variance, like 6 inches or something like that, that's totally different. But when you want to go right to the property line with a deck, that will encroach on the neighbor's property. No matter how you want to put it, it will eventually runoff or whatever, it will encroach on the neighbor's property. So I think if we allow this, if we allow this, we're opening a big can of worms, because you're gonna start setting the precedents. Because the next person's gonna say, well, I wanna build mine to the property line as well, and it could be a shed or something. A shed is also a building, as is a deck. So are we gonna allow sheds to be built right on the property line?
There's one on Cedar Avenue I want by.
Councillor Coniff?
It's right on property line. He doesn't want to build to property line, there's a retaining wall down there. He is 6 inches away, the retaining wall is 6 inches away from the property line. As for water, I mean, it runs down there anyways, and it's always gonna run. If he's gonna shovel anything off, he's got all that property right to the lake, he's just gonna shovel it off there and that. I just don't have a problem with it. You're not gonna see anything. I mean, he's just gonna come to the end of his retaining wall, put a post there. The house next door to it has hardy board, and his, all in the front of his house, it's all wood, but it's already there. He's ordered hardy board, and it's all gonna be, put hardy board on the side of it.
Yeah,
Councillor Torban?
the biggest problem I have with this is the fact that once you okay something like that, you set a precedence. And that kind of a thing can get carried away. So you have to really, really think about this as to whether you want to set that precedence or not.
And my concerns are like a variance should be a little bit. This is like 95%. Change is not really a variance, it's the whole deal. If somebody's out like 6 inches or a foot, or even now with the new bylaw, they don't even have to come back to us, but this person's asking. In my mind, it's not a variance. It's anything else from anybody?
No, I just don't have a problem with it.
Okay, so the motion was made to deny it, so all in favor? Opposed? Councillor Coniff's opposed. That's carried. Okay, so we're on to 9, new business, 9.1 official community plan housing needs report. There's a memo from the director of corporate operations, and again, I'll ask the director of corporate operations if he has anything that he wishes to add at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. I don't have anything extra to add. This is a provincial requirement. The mandate is through the legislation. This is an update to our OCP that must occur before December 31st of this year. And it's mostly an empirical update to the OCP with some subjective information, but primarily it's data driven. And what it does is it provides our 20-year outlook for the number of total new units that Chase needs. The number is on page 25 of your agenda. The total number is 536 new units in the next 20 years, and it's broken down by 5 different categories, and the definitions are included as to what those categories are. This is the format that the province has laid out. So now every time we do a housing needs report, we have to conform to this standard until the standards change, which is likely known. Provincial government.
Councillor Torban,
Okay, I'll move that council consider the persons, organizations, and authorities as per section 475 of the Local Government Act as being unaffected, and that the Village of Chase OCP Amendment Bylaw 958/2025 be given first 2 readings, and that the OCP Amendment Bylaw 958/2025 be submitted to a public hearing.
second by Councillor Herman, discussion? Okay. Seeing none, all in favor? That's carried. 9.2, grant for Chamber of Commerce, Village of Chase flow through memo from the CAO. So, CAO, do you have anything to add to this?
I think it's fairly self-explanatory, Mr. Mayor. Basically, we've done this in the past with other grants that are granted to entities that don't have charitable status. And this particular foundation, Gift Funds Canada, has would like to donate money for the Chamber of in Chase, and yeah, would like the village to consider. It would just be a straight flow through for chamber purposes.
Nice. Councillor Herman,
I move that the Village of Chase accept the Gift Funds Canada donation for the use of the Chase, or of the Chase Chamber in the amount of $10,000.
so a seconder. Councillor Torban, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? That's carried. 9.3, is it REDRIP, is that how that's said?
Reddit.
REDIP, grant funding application, economic development specialist, memo from the CAO. CAO, do you have anything to add at this time?
Just, I wanted to add that and if I didn't put it in my memo, the Chase Chamber of Commerce, we've been working with them on this idea. And we did have a meeting with someone from the provincial government who oversees these kinds of funds. And they have suggested that if, we're pretty likely to get this kind of funding, provided they're not oversubscribed or heavily oversubscribed. But it's something that would help the chamber and us to move things along as per our OCP requirements.
Okay, there's a recommendation there, Councillor Herman.
I move that council provide support for the 2025 application to the Rural Economic Development Infrastructure Program for funding to support the engagement of a part-time economic development specialist for the Village of Chase.
Seconded, Councillor Torban. Discussion?
Oh, just one.
Councillor Torban?
So is the person that does that, do they work out of the chamber office or are they?
Well, they would work for the village,
Yeah.
but the chamber has offered space for them.
Oh,
Yeah, so we can work all those details out, but they would be employed by the village and basically directed by the village in consultation with the chamber.
and the funds for that employment is all provided by the provincial.
Correct, yeah,
So everybody knows we're not paying for it.
correct. We're trying to do as much as we can without paying for it.
Exactly.
Councillor Herman?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that exact same thing, like how nice if we could get that money that we didn't have to pay, but we get the benefit for our community for some economic development, which is, I think Chase is on the brink of some exciting stuff, and I think it would really help to have a professional economic developer helping us out. So I'm hopeful, very hopeful.
Councillor Coniff?
And exactly what are they going to be doing?
So basically what this person will be doing is, so you know about the Together Chase group.
Yes.
So that's something that Councillor Herman and Brock and Dean have been basically working on for the past few years. What it would do is bring that group together with some business owners the idea is to develop an economic development committee. So a group of like-minded, sort of economic development oriented folks that wanna see some positive changes in the downtown, maybe something happening in some of the empty storefronts, maybe some upgrades to the downtown area, kind of with the idea in the future of creating a business improvement area. So a business improvement area, and this is down the road, of course, but a business improvement area would be something that the businesses that participate would be taxed a certain amount of money every year, and that would go into a pot for them to decide what they would do with that money, whether it be downtown improvements or facade improvements or whatever. So that's kind of a long-term goal, but this would be to get a bunch of like-minded business people together along with some philanthropic groups to kind of work together and say, hey, how can we do some improvements for our downtown area?
It's free money.
So just to carry on to Councillor Connaught, Councillor Corbin, then, so who would have the final say on what this person does?
The village.
Anything else? Okay, all in favor? That's carried. Number 10, notice of motion. Anybody have a notice of motion?
I did, but I forgot it.
Okay,
Oh, what I wanna bring up, if I may, is like the last council meeting, I asked if I could speak. There was no reports, but I talked to Sean in that, and of course, they kind of let me talk. But I would like to see it, so every council meeting, whether there was reports from staff or whatever, because I get asked questions and stuff like that, it's nice to be able to ask Mike or somebody else, say, when you're at a council meeting and that, and people know that you're asking these questions, so I'm wondering if we can just, instead of every second council meeting, when there is staff reports, we could have it every meeting, that you could ask a question.
we can refer that to maybe that 23rd meeting in December.
Yeah, is that okay with you? If we
Yeah,
talk about it in
fine,
the
yeah.
workshop?
I just,
Yeah,
Just,
as I understand it, like when you read the staff reports and we do have a question, we can ask that question when the staff reports come up during that time, which we did last time. I think you had.
No, there's no staff reports.
they're only once a month, the staff
Oh.
reports.
They were on this one, aren't
Yeah.
Yeah, but on this one, but
So,
the last
yeah,
one,
so-
and you're not allowed to ask a question then?
we? Yes, you are.
No?
That's what Sean just said.
anyway, we'll bring this up at another meeting, because it's kind of at the December 23rd meeting, if that's okay with everybody.
I asked the mayor and he threatened to steal my cookies. And
Now we're gonna make the news. Okay, so number 11 in camera, there's a recommendation there. Councillor Torban.
So I'll move that council recess to an in-camera meeting pursuant to section 90 sub 1 sub I. The receipt of advice that is subject to solicitor client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose.
Seconded. Councillor Herman. All in favor? That's carried. We will now go